I'm a big believer of IB education, and they have a world view of other cultures, and it provides excellent opportunity to develop intercultural understanding and respect. We guide them or felicitate them where to look, but not what to look.
Hi, welcome to Slate, your very own school search engine that helps you find the best schools for your kid based on various filters and parameters. Today, we have Miss Brinda S Makhija, who's an educator at Trio World Academy. She has more than a decade experience in teaching, and she is now currently teaching for the 5th standard as a homeroom teacher. Let's speak to her and understand more about the general concerns that parents are likely to have while joining their kid in an IB curriculum, and also talk about Trio World Academy in specific. Thank you so much for joining us, ma'am. Well, to begin with, the general concern, one of the most obvious concerns that parents have is what is so special about IB, and how is it different from a typical or obvious CBSE curriculum that's available in India. So what do you have to say about the stark difference between IB curriculum and CBSE?
First of all, I'm a big believer of IB education, and I have taught across other curriculums as well. And I feel this is a very holistic way of education where in IB we foster international mindedness. Okay, and this helps students to reflect their own perspective, culture, and identities, not only of theirs but those of others as well. By engaging in diverse beliefs, values, and experiences, and by learning to think and collaborate across different cultures and disciplines, they gain an understanding that, the importance of not just their culture, but they learn to respect and accept the cultures of others. And I think that we all are aware of the diverse culture that we have in India, and I think this fosters that and enhances the understanding a little more. And another core value of IB education is multilingualism and international mindedness. So, I think Indians have this added advantage because of the diversity. We are exposed to multilingualism even from childhood, and that's exactly what we foster as part of our education as well. We believe that communicating in more than one language helps the students to appreciate culture, and they have a world view of other cultures, and it provides excellent opportunity to develop intercultural understanding and respect, which is mutual.
Got it. And you spoke of a lot of nice things about IB curriculum, and one often good thing about IB curriculum that we hear is the experiential learning part. And
yes.
If you were to tell the advantage that kids get while getting taught in an experiential way, what do you have to tell about it?
I'm just going to give you one small example before I start. Would you like to read about Taj Mahal, or go and visit Taj Mahal and look at it yourself? So anyone whom you ask anything, they would say, I want to go and, see that myself or experience it. So that's exactly, I'm not saying we can bring the Taj Mahal here, but in whatever way we can, we will try to give the best of experience to our children. And that's exactly what experiential learning does. So that involves practical skills and applying them in real world situations. So I'm just going to break this down a little further for you. So experiential learning will enhance learning, definitely. So students not only grasp the subject matter better, but they also learn how to implement their knowledge effectively in real life. So that is one. Critical thinking and problem solving. So since IB education is more concept-based, and we believe in taking action and inquiry-based approach, so they inquire about a concept, and every concept will have some issue, some problem, and they identify that, and they critically analyze what can be done and what action can be taken to make it a better living atmosphere. So that is critical thinking and problem solving. then it also encourages creativity. And in layman's language, we'll say thinking out of the box. That is exactly what we do. So IB education, I should say, is we don't teach them, we guide them or felicitate them where to look, but not what to look. So they will look at things that, you might have missed. Okay. And we give them opportunities for independent inquiry. And here I must tell you, one of the aspects in PYP, IB PYP, is the PYP exhibition, which is a culmination of their entire learning across the PYP from nursery till grade 5. And this exhibition happens when they are in grade 5. In this exhibition, we say that why we say that it's a culmination of their learning is because it is completely student-led. We only guide them, and they, from the word go till the end of the exhibition, the students take complete charge of this, and they lead the exhibition. And this exhibition, we select a theme, and based on that, they come up with their own central idea, their lines of inquiry, what they want to inquire, and then they identify global issues, which is very close to them, and then also think of actions, how they want to solve it. And then and because of the transdisciplinary approach, which is very, very effective, because that transdisciplinary approach is we give equal weightage to all the subjects across, be it the specialist or the core subjects. So everything comes together, and there is a lot of collaboration that happens, and the first-hand experience that the children have in creating their own or displaying their own knowledge. So another example, if I can give you, is we talk about government systems and systems in general, how we how the organization works, or why do we need rules and regulations. So this also helps in reasoning, because we have a student council, and they go through the entire process. So like how we teach them how the government works and the structures of the government, and how they are elected. So who are the members of the parliament, the assembly, all of that. So what we do is we had the opportunity to take them to Vidhan Sauda and actually show them how the assembly works. So that was a great experience for them. And taking their learning from there, they came back, and we have a complete process of the election, where from the nomination, the children nominate themselves for the position that they want to
contest for.
Contest for. And so they nominate themselves for the position that they want to contest for. And then we have the campaigning process. And then the children actually create posters, speeches. And even in the speeches, they use a lot of creativity. They can sing a song and campaign about themselves, or come up with a small skit. They do it even as a group or individual. And even if one child is contesting and the other child is not contesting, and if the child chooses to support her friend, we encourage that. So it is not just competitiveness; it is also collaboration. And then we have the proper election. We have the election booths. All the children across PYP, they come and vote, and we ink them. So the entire process is experienced firsthand. And added to all this are the field trips that we take them to, the experiments that they have. So experiential learning is a very, very important and vital aspect of IB education.
So as part of learning, they get to experience a lot of things that they're supposed to. And
Yes.
we also spoke about exhibitions, showcasing and articulating whatever they have learned. Is that part of their overall assessment? Does IB make it mandatory for all the students to articulate and make sure they exhibit whatever they have learned?
Yes, I'm very glad you asked me that question, because when I said in grade 5, this is a culmination, but that doesn't mean the other grades don't have it. Okay, every grade has something called the unit end celebration. That means whatever inquiry that they have done in that particular unit, okay, Not necessary that they have to do it for every unit, but definitely at least for a few units, they call the parents, because parent involvement is very, very important in any IB school. So at the end of the unit, across grades, they will display their learning, and the parents can come and visit them and just see how the learning is happening. So the experience is not only for the child, but for the parents as well. And for the IB PYP exhibition, we invite schools across the city. They come and visit, the parents come, and so they also get to experience what we have done.
But ma'am, every class obviously will have students with different learning abilities, one with great and one with not so good. So in IB, how do you, as a teacher, how do you handle students with different learning abilities? And how does IB as a curriculum ensure that students with all sort of learning abilities gets the best out of the syllabus?
I think another USP of IB education is, and our school is an inclusive school, so differentiated learning. So if you just walk into my class, you will find at least 3 to 4 different learning levels. Okay, and we also have learning support children, and they are part of any regular classroom. Okay, so what we do is that is where this independent inquiry also helps us. So when we are inquiring, we are able to cater it to the child and for their specification. So any unit we start with a provocation, their prior learning. We have a prior assessment of what level they are in and how furthermore they can take the inquiry. So depending on each child, we take the inquiry forward. And as for the assessments are also differentiated. And in IB education, the assessments have 4 dimensions: monitoring, documenting, measuring, and reporting. So when we say monitoring, we observe the child. Okay, any given classroom, the child is observed to check the progress of their learning. Okay, so sometimes in some aspects, the child will have a certain interest, and in some topics, they might not be that interested. So how we can enhance that interest? So catering to that particular child. Okay, so that is where, again, I must mention the transdisciplinary approach. Okay, so if a child is very inclined towards language, so when I'm teaching a concept on culture, for that particular child, I will, push the child or encourage the child to, learn, tell them that, as part of culture, probably you can learn more about the languages that the people speak. Okay, and if another child is more interested in mathematics, so I can probably, guide the child into data collection or something like that. So the inquiry is also student specific. So that is where we monitor and cater to the child. Now for documenting, yes. Okay, now we have observed the child. We also make teachers' annotations, plus the child's work is being documented as evidence. Now, how do we measure their learning? Yes, we have different tools. We have the formative assessments. We have the cumulative or the summative assessments. And everything need not be just paper pen. Okay, it can be a debate. It can be just a speaking competition, or and at the end of the unit, we also give them opportunity to present their learning. And we give them also a choice of the tool that they want to. So you suppose, I'll give you an example. When we were learning about culture, the children could come up with a cultural kit, which has elements of cultures of their own culture or of a different culture. So, and this way, the other children also learn about their culture. So they bought little things that depicts their culture, like what they wear, the food that they eat. And some children, they travel a lot. So they want to talk about the culture of a different country. So that this way, the assessment is not restricted just to paper and pen or from memory, or it's not complete. It's not exam based. We assess the process, not just the product.
Got it. That's interesting. And in the interest of time, we're having to wind it up for today. But we really look forward to meeting you once again, getting to know a lot more about Trio World Academy's approach and IB as a curriculum. Thank you very much for your time. And
Thank you so much.
Your opinions will be of great help for other parents who are looking for good schools in and around Sahakar Nagar. Thank you very much.
Definitely. I mean, Trio always welcomes everybody.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for your time.